Zeo Education Society, redefining excellence.
Welcome back. We will discuss another topic of power quality. My name is Satya Prakash. I belong to Department of Electrical Engineering from Zeal College of Engineering and Research. Today we will be seeing the second part of the classification of power quality events. In the first section, we have already discussed transient short duration voltage variations and long duration voltage variations. In today's session, we will be discussing the other parts of power quality events, that is voltage imbalance, waveform distortion, which consists of DC offset, harmonics, interharmonics, notching, and noise. Then we have voltage fluctuations, flicker, and power frequency variations. So today in this session, we will be seeing all these types of classifications of power quality events one by one. First, we will start with voltage imbalance. Now from the word imbalance, you can easily understand when there is a problem in the balance of the voltage, all those things will be created or it could be considered into voltage imbalance case. Now how could that imbalance could occur? Very simple. If you have a three-phase supply and if there is an imbalance in one phase, because of that there could be a problem in other two phases also, which means let's say if I have a problem in one phase, there is a fault which has occurred in one phase. Now because of that one phase problem, two other phase can also face an issue where imbalance between the three phases could be there. So by definition, I can say that it's a maximum deviation from the average of the three-phase voltages of current, which has been divided by the average of the three-phase voltages of current and expressed in terms of percentage. Now there could be also imbalance of the sequence. Now what is the sequence component? You have positive sequence, negative sequence, and zero sequence. So there is a possibility that we could have an imbalance in the components, that is sequence components. There could be more negative component or more positive component or some imbalance between these three, which will again create trouble in your three-phase system. So this is how voltage imbalance is a power quality issue. This problem is serious? Yes, it is. Because of the voltage imbalance, the entire system can go off, which will result in blown fuses, which will result in blackouts. So yes, this has to be taken care. If there is a severe voltage imbalance which is greater than 5%, then there is a chance that your one phase will be out of the circuit. So this is all about your voltage imbalance. Next, we will move on to the waveform distortion, which consists of many categories. Now what is waveform distortion? Very simple to understand. You have a pure sinusoidal waveform of power frequency which is present in the system. Now, if there is any deviation into that sinusoidal waveform, that will be considered as waveform distortion. So there are mainly 5 types of waveform distortions, which is DC offset, harmonics, interharmonics, notching, and noise. One by one, we will take care of all these things. First, we will start with DC offset. So when you talk about DC offset is nothing but it's a very simple concept. You have AC supply into your home. You have AC supply to everywhere. If somewhere somehow there is a DC component attached into that AC, that will create trouble into the AC waveform. So presence of DC voltage into an AC system will give you DC offset. Now what are the possible causes? The possible causes would be geometric disturbances, asymmetric electronic power converters, or incandescent light bulbs, light extenders. These are the things which will be basically causing your DC offset problems. What are the effects because of that? Your transformer core will saturate, it will heat up, it might be blown up, it will be burned off. So these are some problems which is occurring because of the DC. There could be rusting effect. There could be rusting effect or electrolytic erosions which will be happening in the grounding electrodes. So these are the problems which will be created in the DC offset. Now how DC offsets occurs? You can see here. The DC current mixes with the AC and the waveform which we have finally, which will be having a different entirely waveform, that is asymmetrical waveform. Next we have harmonics. Harmonics is what? It's very simple. Whatever fundamental frequency you have or the fundamental waveform you have, there is a mixing of other harmonics or other fundamental frequencies also. The mixing will create a new waveform which will be harmonics. I've taken an example here. For example, let's say I have a fundamental frequency of 50 Hertz. Suppose there is a third harmonic. How it is third harmonic? Because you can see here there is only one positive half for this entire cycle, but during the same period you have 1, 2 and 3 high. Two of the high points are in the positive side and one in the negative side. So 1, 2 and 3, and that's why it's third harmonic. If it is 50 Hertz, it will be 3 multiplied by 50, that means 150 Hertz. Similarly, if you have 5 high points, that is 1, 2, 3 on the positive and 2 on the negative, over here you have fifth harmonics. Similarly, you have seventh, and similarly you have ninth. So all these harmonics, if mixed together with a fundamental component, it will distort the waveform, and that distorted waveform will look like this. Now this is not a sinusoidal waveform. This is not required. This is a waveform distortion, and this is how harmonics will be affecting the system. So what is harmonic? Any change in the fundamental frequency or any other sinusoidal voltage current other than the frequency which is required for the supply voltage will be considered as harmonics. From where it has come? It has come from non-linear devices which are having non-linear characteristics. So all non-linear loads will give harmonics into the system. All the specifications or the guidelines are mentioned in the document, that is IEEE standard 519 1992. So in this document you will get the entire content about harmonics. Next we will move on to the interharmonics. What is interharmonics? It's very simple to understand. Voltages are the current which are having frequency but is not an integer multiple. Previously you were having integer multiples 3 times, 5 times, 7 times. These were integer multiples. Any other component which is not an integer multiple will be treated as interharmonics. What are the possible sources? Static frequency converters, cycloconverters, induction furnace, arcing devices, power line carrier signals. These are some of the sources which will give you interharmonics into the system. Now, what are the effects of this? It is devastating. Why? It will create resonance into the system. It will create problem with the PLCC, that is power line carrier communication signals. It will have flicker because of interharmonics. You will have flicker in the fluorescent lights. The arc lightning will have some effects on it. Computer display will not work properly. So these are some effects of interharmonics. Next we will see the next type, that is notching. Simple to understand. A notch is a very small disturbance. A very small disturbance, a very periodic disturbance which is caused because of the commutation circuit. When one phase comes in, another goes out. A commutation takes place, and during that small time, a small notch occurs into the system. It could be in the voltage or the current. It's a very momentary, short period disturbance, which is very clear from this particular diagram. You can see here the notches are available on the waveform, and it's a distortion of waveform. Next we will move on to the noise. Now this is something which I don't need to explain. Any kind of frequency which is happening other than the fundamental, all things will be considered as noise. So all unwanted signals which get superimposed onto the fundamental frequency will be told or will be known as noise. What are the causes? Some devices, might be control circuits, will give some noise. Might be arcing equipments will give the noise, might be some switching power supplies. So these are some of the causes which will give you noise into the system. Next we will move on to the next part, that is voltage fluctuation. Now it's very simple to understand. Day to day life we have always used this term, the voltage is fluctuating. Yes, it's the same thing. Whenever you find a variation in the voltage envelope, whenever you find there is a change in the voltage from 0.9 to 1.1 per unit, that is from 90% to 110%, those change in the voltage will give you voltage fluctuation. Normally it will not create trouble to the equipment, but sensitive equipments will feel the voltage fluctuation. So this is a rapid change or the rapid variations which is occurring in the system, which will exhibit continuous and rapid variations in the load current magnitude. So this is an example for fluctuations which is seen or which is visible in the graph. Next, we will move on to the voltage flicker. Flicker is understandable. It is visible to our eyes when the bulb fluctuates. So that thing will be known as flicker. If you talk about the equation, then it is denoted by the change in the voltage by the rated voltage, which is given by del V upon V for a certain period of time. What are the synonyms to the voltage flicker? There are many names to voltage flicker. We say it voltage fluctuation, we say voltage flicker, we say light flicker or lamp flicker. All are the same. So the phenomenon of any fluctuation in the voltage which will give a visual effect will be known as voltage flicker. As I told you, it will be visible to our human eye and it will create problem to our human eye. Flicker can be divided into two categories. It could be cyclic or non-cyclic. When you talk about cyclic, which means it is repetitive. It is having a periodic variation. It will be repeating after the certain interval of time. When you are talking about non-cyclic flickers, that means it is happening occasionally. Few times it will be there and other times it won't be. So these are some of the types of the voltage flickers. So this is an example where flickering is occurring, where you can see the voltage profile is continuously increasing and decreasing. So this is an example of voltage flicker. Next, the last part, that is power frequency variations. Simple to understand. What is the frequency which is there in your house, or what is the frequency which is there in your commercial space? 50 Hertz. Everybody in India, they are having 50 Hertz. So any frequency which is other than 50 Hertz which is coming into your system will be a change in the frequency which is not required, and that particular frequency will be known as power frequency variation. So any deviation into the power system fundamental frequency from the nominal value will give you power frequency variations. Now this is happening normally. Why? It is happening from the generation end. If the generator speed varies, the frequency will also vary. Now why the generator speed varies? It is dependent on the load. This dynamics depends on the load. If the load goes off, suddenly the speed of the generator might change. So power frequency variations can change because of the fault, which will throw out the bulk of the power system out of the system, which means a large part is getting disconnected with the system. And this is the reason why the change of the speed occurs in the generators. So thank you very much. We have discussed the classification of power quality events. Thank you very much. We will meet in the next session with some other topic of power quality. Thank you.
Zeal Education Society, redefining excellence.